What's up, everybody? This is Angel with Tiny Mike Chronicles. If you've been following me on Instagram, I know this thing is peaking. I'm very well aware it's peaking. Tiny Mike Chronicles is something I'm doing on Instagram with some influencer friends. I'm like a micro influencer now, you guys. So, how do you like my setup? Hey, over there, see that? Yeah, I'm like learning and stuff. This is going to be what part is it? 3, 4? I don't remember. Part something for the God is a Designer project. I got samples in, ladies and gentlemen. Samples for the headwear. If you're unfamiliar with the process, you can go one of two routes. You can get blanks from a local vendor. Here in the US, we have various, and I did a previous video. You can see, I'm like previous in the back. I did a previous video where you can see some of the blanks that I got, and we chose some already. My wife and I went through it, tried some on, and it was pretty great. Now, as far as the headwear goes, you can do this for both. You can use actual companies here in the US, or you can use companies overseas. For me as a startup where my resources are a lot more limited, I actually found some factories that I can work with overseas. So excited about that. Long intro to say, in today's video, we're gonna go over samples. So I got various cameras. So I got this camera here, I got this camera here for details. Got my Fuji, and I got that camera over there for absolutely no reason. I'm probably not even gonna cut to it anymore. So check out my setup. I got various lights here. So having said that, let's jump right into it and show some samples for this headwear. All right, before we get to the new samples, I want to show you previous versions of the snapbacks. Now, the GIAD project started in 2008. I've had varying styles of t-shirts, so I'm not gonna go through all the t-shirts that I've done. So let's go to the most recent popular items, which are the snapbacks. First version of the snapback right here, God is a Designer, as I forget to freaking take off all the lint. Take care of my stuff, you guys, I promise. All right, rewind. First version of the snapback was done under the Acevedo 1981 brand. I opted to make it left justified, so if you notice in the hat itself, if you look at the typography of the logo, it's actually on the left side of the front facing area. It's a little off, it's not exactly in the center, and it just kind of goes along with the justification of the typography. So I usually wear these kind of backwards like this, sideways, because I think I'm a teenager. So when you look at it from behind, it's like almost straight, so it's really cool. This is V1 of the snapback. Apologize for all the lint right here. It's in use because I've used it before. I just put a label in the back. Looks pretty cool, pretty straightforward. These sold out. A lot of people like them. So let's go to version 2. Now, after teaming up with Chris Doe on the project a year ago or so, he really liked the snapback. The difference between version 1 and version 2, if you notice, the bill is green. Green bill, black bill. The green bill to me was more of like a classic look, but version 2 was all black. So this was actually done overseas. Version 1 was done locally. We ordered some Yukon hats and just embroidered it locally here in Miami. We had 2 versions. We had the flat embroidery, and then we had the 3D puff embroidery with like a satin finish. And on the inside we had the seams where we put Acevedo 1981 in the future, which this was a collaboration, which you can see it right here. You can see it right here. And then you have the dual branding of Acevedo 1981, and you have the future logo on the other side. So pretty fresh, feels good, nice and sturdy. V2. All right, guys, now let's get into it. Version 3. This is the new version of the snapback, full of God is a Designer branding with all the bells and whistles. Let's get to it. Version 3 of the snapback. Some flat embroidery, right? Not the 3D puff. I'm using the sort of globe in the back, sort of represents the earth and the world and creation, which I think it's really cool. On the other side of the label, I use this sort of periodic table type of design where it says GD and the year. Feels really good, nice and sturdy. This was done by a factory that actually does some really high-end brands that I'm not really gonna share about, but the inside has the inner seams with God is a Designer on it, and you got a private label sort of right on here. So man, feels super, super dope. I like the hit right here. Gives it a little bit of pop of color, and man, I absolutely love this. Unlike version 1 that has this sort of textured fabric, version 3 has this sort of cotton twill finish that makes it feel really, really premium, and I absolutely love it. Nice and sturdy. So version 3 of the God is a Designer. Now this is something new. The God is a Designer phrase mark resonates with everyone. So I know that overall the designs have been very sort of masculine, even though everything that I've made is unisex. I wanted to make a piece that kind of resonated a little bit more with the female audience. Decided to make some actual beanies, some skull socks is what I like to call it. So these beanies are a nice thick material. I put a woven label in the front. I put a private label on the inside, and I'll show you what that looks like. This label is very similar to the actually private label that's on the actual hat. It looks really good, it feels really comfy, and especially me, I'm wearing all black right now. Looks super fresh, right? A little bit of hair, there it is. I like it, it looks really cool. It's got the kanji characters, United States trademark. I really love it. And then on the inside, the private label on the inside, you got a hit right here with the globe as well, and you got a nice little QR code that opens up right to the Goddess of Designer website. So pretty dope, bro. I dig it. My wife loves it. A few lady friends of mine like it, and I think it's pretty fresh. Goddess of Designer beanie. Will you get it? Because I would buy this. I like it. All right, so you've seen the version 3 of the snapback. It looks pretty great, very streetwear, I love it. The beanie, you've seen it as well. And now I'm gonna show you the last piece for the alpha launch of Headwear, which is the covert dad hat. And I gotta say, this is probably my favorite piece. Let's go. What do you guys think? Covert dad hat has this silicone rubber patch right here. It's 3D, feels really good. Got the side hit of the GIAD stars. I was looking at the NASA standards manual for inspiration. All the aerospace stuff was super fresh, so I really love the retro stars. I think it looks super cool. Nice little hit right back here, some embroidery. Of course, the inner seam, same as the snapback version 3, and you got the private label as well. I was going for a premium feel, and that is something that was very important, at least for the whole Goddess of Designer brand. It's important for the brand itself to not only look cool or have some great aesthetics, but also that the fabrics and materials can match those and do justice to whatever price point we decide to sell these items at. Anyway, what do you think? Give me some feedback. Leave some feedback in the comments. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. Make sure that you subscribe in my YouTube, follow me on Instagram. Very important, go to goddessofdesigner.co and sign up for the newsletter. I'm actually sending communications. I'm trying to send it every week on updates on things that are happening. Definitely will give early access to subscribers and just overall launch information. We're looking to launch this project hopefully towards the end of the year. Right now the hats are in production, and I'm still pricing out some of the tops, and there's other things that I kind of want to include as well. So definitely a process, you guys. Hopefully these videos have been helpful to you, and you've been able to kind of learn or sort of see what goes behind starting a project like this. And I'm thankful that you are part of the journey. Anyway, keep making beautiful things. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next video. Let's go. Good job, Angel. Nice.